gas sector stocks. Talk to us, Suyash. What are you picking up?
So, Krishna, in today's session, the gas stocks rallied as much as 6%. Now, this was despite the fact that the oil prices have now scaled their 10-month peak and are trading currently above the $90 per barrel. The Brent crude is currently trading.
Right.
And even at today's session, as you can see on the Petronet LNG, almost rallied about 7% in today's trade. Indraprastha Gas was another one which rallied about 1.5%. Gujarat Gas, GAIL, Adani Total Gas also ended today's session with moderate gains.
Right.
Now, before we talk about why the gas stocks are rallying, it's also necessary to establish a relationship between energy prices and the stock prices. Now, for companies that are in the business of exploration and production, typically rising crude prices bode well for them, as it means that they can sell their products at a higher prices, so the profitability will take a boost. The anomaly here is India is a importing country, net importer country, and what happens is when the raw material prices rise, the cost of goods sold component rises as well, which could squeeze out the profit margins unless these companies are able to pass on that increase in price onto the consumers. So a bit of anomaly that the gas stocks were in a rally today. Avinash, what's your take?
Avinash, you're talking about the... Go ahead, sir.
I think Krishna, I think Suyash rightly pointed out that whenever globally crude prices start rising, I think market participants always look at alternatives like natural gas companies, and I typically would say that when crude prices go up, obviously it hurts the oil marketing companies, it impacts their gross refining margins, but gas companies eventually have a better kind of a pipeline visibility, because clearly in terms of pricing, if you look at CNG or PNG, I mean, these are, energy kind of inputs which obviously play well when crude prices go up. The other segment which I think also has done well is the sugar companies, because ethanol prices again are going to go up. And I think that is also going to be another trigger which has arisen because of rising crude prices. So I think, markets obviously look at these kind of logical counterparts. Whenever crude prices go up, obviously alternatives do better. And I think that is the reason today gas prices were up. I think hopefully, some more increase in gas prices looks to be very much possible, because for a long time, these companies were not going in for any price increase because crude prices were ruling pretty soft. So I think these could be one of the reasons why the markets were quite positive on the gas stocks today.
Right. I just have to ask you one more thing. In that stock list of stocks that Suyash mentioned is GAIL. And there's been some news on GAIL regarding a raid, a CBI arrest. 4 top officials, including the executive director, has been arrested. And raids have taken place across Noida, Delhi and Visakhapatnam offices of GAIL. And there you are, the stock was up in morning trade as well, and closed down again nearly 1% in the green. When I asked another analyst how come, and then that analyst said that this is a 50 lakh rupee bribe case. Probably the markets don't make much of the fact that this is just a 50 lakh rupee bribe case. Is that true?
No, I think Krishna, your point is right that the bribe amount is very small, and secondly, it's business as usual at GAIL. So my sense is that markets are looking at the overall earnings kind of trajectory and picture for the company as a whole. Although sentimentally, this is not a good, kind of development. Any senior management actually who has a kind of a, such kind of who gets involved in such activities is definitely not liked by the markets. I think broader, markets obviously look at the earnings picture, and I think when gas prices go up, obviously, GAIL, which is one of the largest pipeline, players in the country, is, obviously bound to benefit. It's a fairly strong annuity kind of business, and I think numbers for the last quarter were also quite encouraging. So I think this bribery case will not have any meaningful material impact on the earnings of the company, and that is why the markets are quite positive on the stock.
Right. Anomaly of anomalies at GAIL. And a day in which gas stocks prove to be an anomaly, you have a GAIL as well having its own anomaly.